Well, welcome back to the Daily Buzz, and the world was in shock when Angelina Jolie revealed that she underwent a preventative double mastectomy. She did it after learning she carries a breast cancer gene. In an interview with the New York Times, she said she did it because doctors said she had a high risk of developing breast cancer and ovarian cancer. But what if she was misdiagnosed by doctors like talk show host Montel Williams?
At 29 pounds, go to a doctor. 8 hours later, I'm in surgery. He performed a double mastectomy. This doctor thought I had male breast cancer.
Wow. As the story goes, 3 weeks later, Montel discovered he was misdiagnosed, but he had to live with the pain. This happened when he was only 19 years old. And joining us to talk about what you should do if you're misdiagnosed is Bobbie Seller of Seller Law firm. How are you?
Good morning.
Thanks
Jess.
for being with us. That is scary. Can you imagine, after going through the surgery, finding out that you didn't even need it? Does that happen a lot?
It actually happens more than you think. There are two situations. There are situations where women and men even are misdiagnosed and find out later that they contracted or they were diagnosed with a disease after the fact. And then there are situations where they were told, like Montel Williams, that they had a particular ailment, like cancer, and they underwent a procedure, and now they're in serious emotional and physical pain.
Yeah,
and
so
they never
what
needed
to do after that? Where do you come in?
Right, so legally, you basically only have a couple years to file a claim against a physician that wrongfully diagnosed you.
Does it depend on the state? What does it depend on?
Yes, it really does depend on the state, but as a rule of thumb, between 2 and 4 years. So unfortunately for Montel Williams, if he didn't file a claim, then he's barred from filing a claim later. So if you are misdiagnosed by your physician, I would recommend speaking with an attorney and seeing if there's a claim out there to file against your physician's insurance.
On average, what's the time frame? Maybe a year or two, or?
To file a claim?
No, once you're misdiagnosed, how long do you
You
have?
basically have a couple years, about 2 years.
Do you see that a lot?
I do
More
see
in
that a
women,
lot.
obviously, than men.
I do.
What do you suggest? People get
I would suggest
second,
that
third opinion, I guess.
If you get a second or third opinion and you find out that the facts are different later on down the road, that you consult with an attorney and dig in a little bit deeper.
Okay, now we're going to move on to something that a lot of parents go through, especially when they get divorced, custody. And this is what Stacey Williams wrote. He says, Jess, my ex-wife pretty much scheduled a birthday party for my 8-year-old daughter this Saturday. Now his problem is she has primary custody, but child visitation papers say he gets his daughter this weekend after Mother's Day. Can he get in trouble if he doesn't show up with his daughter to the birthday party?
Right, so it's a good question. So the answer is it really depends on what the papers say. According to these facts, he is allowed to keep his child during that weekend. The real question is, why do parents pin their children against each other? It's because they're dealing with their own drama and their own divorce, and this poor child is caught in the middle because the child is part of both parents. So it's important to keep your drama out of your kids' lives and handle your issues separately.
And get it all on paper with an attorney.
And make sure you get it all on paper with an attorney.
Thank you so much. If you have any legal questions, whether it's personal injury, foreclosures, bankruptcy, immigration, or divorce, email them to questions@seller.com. That's questions@sellerlaw.com. Every week he's going to answer them for you right here on the Daily Buzz.